Hey guys, what's going on? James here. And the LA Rams have released center Brian Allen from their team. It is a cap casualty that a lot of people expected. And folks, I'm going to be honest, this isn't the first, nor will it be the last video I'm going to be making of X team releases Y players should the Tampa Bay Buccaneers be interested. Because in my opinion, these are the types of players that the Buccaneers are possibly going to be interested in, because this is where you get the value types of signings and whatnot. Brian Allen could potentially be that. I wanted to talk about it. Also, there are a lot of connections here with Brian Allen and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. What do I mean by that? Well, number one, Brian Allen plays center. He's 6'2", 303 pounds, former fourth-round pick in the 2018 NFL Draft. What is one of the biggest needs of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers going into this upcoming offseason? It is interior offensive line, getting a center, getting a left guard. These are the types of things the Tampa Bay Buccaneers could be looking at. Brian Allen fits that mold. But then you take into account that his former offensive coordinator and just offensive coach in general, Liam Cohen, is the Buccaneers offensive coordinator. Liam Cohen was with Brian Allen for 4 out of his 5 years in the NFL before Liam Cohen would go to Kentucky for a little bit. But point being is this: there's a lot of connections here between Brian Allen and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and it's certainly notable. It is certainly worth talking about and worth bringing up. There is a legitimate connection there between the two parties, between the two entities, that makes a lot of sense for something to maybe get done somewhere down the line. Now, I do want to say a couple of things. Number one is this: Brian Allen has had some injury concerns. And in fact, last year, that wasn't the reason as to why, he didn't play a lot last year. But, it is something worth noting before I talk about the 2023 season. So to go to his Wikipedia thing, he was a 4th-round pick. He was named the starting center following the departure of John Sullivan. And he started the first 9 games before suffering an MCL injury in Week 10, was placed on the injured reserve in 2019. Okay, we take a look at that season, and he played in 13 games in his rookie year. Yes, he played in 13 games in his rookie year, and then in 2019, he was the starter for 9 games, got hurt, unfortunately was out. 2021, he played in 16 games, started all 16 games, ended up winning a Super Bowl with the Rams that year. There we go, we have that right there. This is like the peak of what Brian Allen could be, is a 16-game starter for a center. You take a look at how that year went as well. Sorry, he started 16 out of 17 games, played in all 4 playoff games, helped the Rams reach the Super Bowl and win. He was a Pro Bowl alternate following the regular season. He didn't play because of the Super Bowl. Again, this is like where Brian Allen's, I would say at his peak, in my opinion, is a guy who could potentially be a Pro Bowl center on a good football team. After that, he did sign an extension. It was a 3-year, $24 million extension. He was getting about $8 million per year. And then he struggled with knee and thumb injuries, and he only played in 5 games in the 2022 season. And that was a year where the Rams just weren't good. They went 5-12 that year. That was also the year Liam Cohen was the offensive coordinator, which, that's not really Liam Cohen's fault that all those injuries happened, but it is still notable. And then in 2023, Allen was actually beaten out for the starting center position by Coleman Shelton. He appeared in 5 games, didn't have any starts, and he was released from the team. So Brian Allen's a guy who's definitely looking for an opportunity, right? He's looking for an opportunity to revive his career. He's looking for a chance to, I imagine, compete for a starting job. I would argue that his best bet's going to be in Tampa Bay. And I think that if you bring in Brian Allen at this point, he's not going to automatically be your starting center, but at the very least, he could compete with Robert Hainsey for that starting center spot. And I think that if the Bucs want to maybe not spend big bucks to bring in a guy who, is just going to automatically be the starting center and be whatever it is. If you want to bring in some legitimate competition for Robert Hainsey and have that be more of a battle there, I don't necessarily think you're going to find a guy with more connections than Brian Allen. You may find some just as good, if not better names, but given all these types of things that are going on right now with the cap casualty thing, the connections to Liam Cohen, the need to bring in somebody to potentially compete there or even be a starting center for the Bucs. All of that connects with Brian Allen, in my opinion. I really do believe that. That's why I wanted to make this video, is to make sure people are aware of this name with Brian Allen and just dive deeper into it. Okay? Now, would this be a star-studded type of move? No. But the Buccaneers can't really afford to make those types of moves for new names. This is definitely more of a low-risk, high-reward type of signing that I think would be inexpensive if the Bucs were to go that route. But we'll see. We'll see. Will the Buccaneers bring in Brian Allen to compete with Robert Hainsey at starting center? Who knows? I think it would be a good fit. I think it could be a very interesting move with some potential good upside there. Obviously, the injuries are a concern. Him getting beaten out as the starting center last year with the Rams is a concern, but he did get a 3-year extension, $8 million per year for a reason. He was a big part of that Super Bowl team for a reason. He does have good potential and can do some good things, just a matter of when he is healthy. But let me know your guys' thoughts and opinions about this down in the comments section below. I would love to hear it. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Hope y'all enjoyed. And as always, guys, I will see you all in the next video or the next live stream. But until then, and as always, guys, goodbye for now, and go Bucs.